So recently I was listening to an interview of a CEO of a different company, not biotech company, a different company. And he was sharing his insights and I was learning. So he says a very important thing and he says, I didn't buy any house. I never invested in real estate. I just went ahead and, stayed on rent. And I was like, why did he do that? Then he further explains that when I buy a home and I stick to that particular house, so now I cannot move out of the city. I cannot go to different places like Malaysia or Thailand or US and pursue my career and then come back and stay in India wherever I want. So what he said is, okay, early in my career, I don't want to settle. I just want to learn new things. I want to go to newer places and earn as much as possible, build my profile, and then in future when I am getting old, I can settle anywhere. So those things got me thinking that that's a great approach to doing things. But one bottom line of what he's doing and what we all should learn is we need to have that shift, okay? The shift in our mindset. The way we look at our career today is like, okay, we've done our BSc or MSc, now we should get a comfortable job and then we'll settle in our life and then we'll live happily ever after. But you see, the economy shifts, okay? For example, 15-20 years ago, if you had told anybody that you can get into a car of a stranger and he will drive you safely to your home, they'll be like, wow, that's not possible today. They will rob you. But today, Ola and Uber is doing that, right? So technology shifts, the world shifts, the economy shifts, and day by day it gets costlier, right? So if you settle down at one place, it's not going to help. Instead, you need to pursue a different mindset, and that I personally call it as a growth mindset. You see, if I limit myself, okay, and I just focus on the outcomes and think that growth should be the outcome. If I want growth as an outcome, then I need to develop and nurture a growth mindset for my career also. Okay. Now, people who have a lack of practical knowledge probably will not understand what I'm saying. But for all those advanced learners who know what I mean to say, you need to imagine a world where challenges can actually become opportunities. Like, okay, there is a challenge that you are not getting a job in your hometown. That becomes an opportunity. If you go out, you can get a job. Okay, challenges becomes opportunity. Then failure fuels your learning. Okay, so you went to a new city and you are not getting a job, so you're failing. That becomes a learning experience. Okay, how can I get job faster, right? So you start learning newer ways, newer tricks, and then you get it, right? So challenges become opportunities, failure becomes learning, and then collaboration drives innovation, right? I'll give you examples. So I was sitting in and listening to an IIC professor, and she was giving a talk, and I asked her that how can we give virtual hands-on to our students, and she gave us an idea, and that led to a virtual hands-on animal cell culture workshop last week, right? So what I'm telling you here is, when you have a growth mindset, of course, initially you will not succeed, and initially there will be a big barrage of failure, and that is where you will face a VOD, valley of disappointment. But slowly you will transition from a failure to a true leader, a true professional who will not chase outcomes, who will have a broader growth mindset. And then you have to embrace this growth mindset throughout your career. Okay, no recession, no layoffs, no slowdown in the economy can impact you if you follow a growth mindset for your career. And this is my message to every 22-year-old who is listening this video today. As a professional, I have personally experienced this, right? I realized how powerful this shift of mindset is from a static mindset that mujhe aise hi rehna, I have to live like this and this is how I have to grow. No, you have to grow in multi-dimensional ways. And that's what makes you a solid contender for future opportunities, right? Now, what are the 3 things you require to develop growth mindset? The first is foster a culture of curiosity. If I'm not able to achieve this, how to achieve it? If I'm not able to get this kind of job, how to get it? If I should do this to achieve this, okay, do it. So curiosity, right? Foster a culture of curiosity. That's the first point. The second, emphasize collaboration, right? So collaboration cannot happen unless networking happens. So you have to do networking. Emphasize collaboration, reach out to more people, work for them for free. It's okay. But as long as you're learning, that's very important. So foster a culture of collaboration. Emphasize on collaboration. Third point, reward growth, not just results. Always, whenever you achieve success or result, then only you say, good job. No, that's not sufficient. Instead, each time you have put in effort, that time you should pat your back. Good job. Because it doesn't matter how many fruits you took out today. What matters is how many plants you have sown, because today's plants are going to become a tree of the future. Right? At Biotechnica, we don't count how many people took admission in our programs today. We count how many people subscribe to us today, because that is growth. If people who are benefiting from us, definitely they'll come to us. So that's how you have to level up your game, and that will lead to different, growth mindset, different level of growth in your career, right? So my message to you is, start pursuing growth mindset. Instead of waiting for growth to happen, create those conditions around you so that growth comes to you. Become the magnet to which everybody gets attracted. That's the mantra. That's the secret. That's the only way to grow in your career. All the best.